The rain-slick streets of Brooklyn gleamed under the sodium lights as Celeste slammed the door of her family's brownstone, her father's words echoing like thunder. "You're no daughter of mine." Her little sister Jamie clung to her arm, tears mixing with the downpour, whispering, "Celeste, you didn't have to do that for me." But Celeste knew she did, revealing her own secret to shield Jamie from the cruelty of their conservative world, only to watch her life shatter in an instant. Celeste had always been the protector. Growing up in the tight-knit Irish-American neighborhood of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, she learned early on that family came first, no matter the cost. At 28, she was the steady one. A mid-level marketing exec at a bustling Manhattan firm, the kind of woman who wore tailored blazers and commanded respect in boardrooms. But beneath that polished exterior simmered a truth she buried deep. Her love for women, a flame she'd kept hidden since high school crushes on girls like Sarah from algebra class. Jamie, her 18-year-old sister, was the opposite. Wild, artistic, and unapologetically herself. With her dyed blue hair and sketchbooks full of dreamy landscapes, Jamie had come out as bisexual last year, sparking whispers among the neighbors. Their parents, devout Catholics who ran a small deli on 3rd Avenue, had tried to pray it away. But Jamie's spirit wouldn't bend. That night, everything exploded. It started at dinner. Their father, Patrick, a burly man with calloused hands from years behind the counter, had overheard Jamie on the phone with her girlfriend, Mia. "This nonsense stops now," he'd bellowed, snatching the phone and smashing it against the wall. Jamie recoiled, her face paling. Celeste, home for a rare family meal after a grueling week, felt her blood boil. "Dad, stop. She's just being who she is." "Who she is? This is the devil's work," Patrick roared, his face reddening. Their mother, Eileen, wrung her hands in the kitchen doorway, murmuring prayers. Jamie burst into tears and Celeste couldn't stand it. In that moment the words tumbled out. "If you can't accept Jamie, then you can't accept me either. I'm gay, Dad. I've always been." The silence was deafening. Patrick's fist clenched and he pointed to the door. "Get out. Both of you." Eileen sobbed but didn't intervene. They grabbed what they could, Jamie's backpack, Celeste's coat, and fled into the storm. As they huddled under a bus shelter, Jamie looked up at Celeste with wide eyes. "Why did you do that? Now we're both homeless." Celeste forced a smile, though her heart ached. "Because you're my sister. And I couldn't let him hurt you alone." They crashed at a cheap motel in Queens that night, the neon sign buzzing like a bad omen. Celeste's phone lit up with texts from work friends, but she ignored them, focusing on Jamie. "We'll figure this out," she promised. The next morning reality hit. Celeste's boss called. Rumors had spread through the family network. Patrick had told everyone. In their conservative industry circle it mattered. "We can't have distractions," her boss said coldly. By noon she was fired. Bank accounts frozen by her parents' influence. Friends ghosted her. In 24 hours Celeste had lost her job, her home, her safety net. Desperate, she reached out to an old college acquaintance, Taylor Reyes, a photographer living in Greenwich Village. Taylor, with her warm brown eyes and effortless style, faded jeans and vintage tees, had always been a distant crush for Celeste. They'd shared a few classes at NYU, but life pulled them apart. "Come stay with me," Taylor offered without hesitation. "I've got a pull-out couch." Arriving at Taylor's cozy loft, overlooking Washington Square Park, Celeste felt a spark of hope. Taylor hugged her tightly, her scent of lavender and coffee comforting. "You're safe here," she whispered. Jamie, wide-eyed at the bohemian space filled with black and white photos and plants, claimed the couch. That first night as Jamie slept, Celeste and Taylor sat on the fire escape, sharing a bottle of cheap wine. "I never pegged you for the hero type," Taylor teased, her leg brushing Celeste's. Celeste laughed bitterly. "Hero? I just blew up my life. But for love? That's brave." Taylor's gaze lingered, and Celeste felt seen for the first time. Over the next weeks a routine formed. Celeste job hunted during the day, pounding pavements from Midtown to Soho. Jamie enrolled in community college, thriving in art classes. Taylor's presence became a lifeline, late-night talks turning flirtatious, shared meals evolving into stolen glances. One evening, as rain pattered against the windows, Taylor leaned in during a movie. Their lips met softly, A kiss that ignited years of unspoken desire. "You're incredible," Taylor murmured, her fingers tracing Celeste's jaw. Celeste pulled back, heart racing. "This is complicated. Jamie's here and I'm a mess." "We'll take it slow," Taylor promised. But complications brewed. Jamie started seeing Mia again, secretly at first, but their parents found out. Patrick showed up at Taylor's door one day, demanding Jamie return home. "She's confused because of you," he spat at Celeste. Jamie stood firm. "I'm not going back without Celeste." The confrontation escalated, Patrick disowning them publicly at a family gathering. Word spread through the neighborhood, Celeste the troublemaker. Old friends turned away, whispering about family ruin. Yet amid the pain, Celeste and Taylor's bond deepened. Walks through Central Park, hand in hand discussing dreams. Taylor's photos captured Celeste's strength, her gallery show featuring portraits of resilient women. Celeste felt alive, loved in a way she'd never known. But doubt crept in. Taylor had her own secrets. A past relationship with a woman named Lena, who reappeared one night at a gallery opening. Lena, glamorous and persuasive, cornered Taylor. "We were good together. Don't throw it away for her drama." As autumn leaves blanketed the streets of New York, Celeste's world began to fracture further. Job interviews dried up. Her resume screamed unreliable in the eyes of potential employers, tainted by the family scandal that had somehow leaked into professional networks. She took a barista gig at a hipster cafe in the East Village, the smell of espresso a far cry from corporate power lunches. But it paid the bills barely, and gave her time to reflect on the whirlwind that was Taylor. Their relationship blossomed in quiet moments. Taylor's loft became a sanctuary, filled with laughter as Jamie sketched portraits of the three of them. "You two are like a rom-com," Jamie teased one morning over pancakes. Celeste blushed, glancing at Taylor flipping batter with ease. "Feels more like a drama." Taylor winked. "Every good story needs tension." Tension arrived uninvited. Lena, Taylor's ex, started texting relentlessly, showing up at shoots with friendly offers of collaboration. Taylor brushed it off, but Celeste saw the hesitation in her eyes. "She's just persistent," Taylor said one night as they lay tangled in sheets. "You're the one I want." Celeste wanted to believe it. Their love was electric. Stolen kisses in alleyways, whispered confessions under starry skies. Taylor introduced Celeste to her circle. Artists, activists, a vibrant queer community in the village. For the first time, Celeste attended Pride events, not as a spectator, but as herself. Holding Taylor's hand at a rally, she felt empowered. Jamie meanwhile flourished. Her relationship with Mia grew serious. They planned a future, talking college transfers to California. But shadows from home lingered. Eileen called sporadically, her voice trembling. "Your father misses you, but he's stubborn." Celeste hung up, torn between anger and longing. The first major crack came at Thanksgiving. Taylor invited them to her family's gathering in upstate New York. A warm, accepting Puerto Rican clan with arroz con candles and lively salsa music. Celeste hesitated. "What if they judge us?" "They won't," Taylor assured. The weekend was magical. Taylor's mother, Maria, enveloped Celeste in a hug. "Anyone who makes my hijah smile is family." Jamie bonded with cousins over games. For a fleeting moment, Celeste imagined a healed life. Back in the city, reality intruded. Patrick suffered a minor heart attack, and Eileen begged Celeste to visit the hospital. "He needs his girls." Celeste went alone, heart pounding. In the sterile room, Patrick looked frail. "I was wrong," he rasped. "About Jamie. But you brought shame." Celeste's eyes welled. "Love isn't shame, Dad." He turned away. "Go." Devastated, Celeste confided in Taylor that night. "Maybe I'm cursed." Taylor held her. "You're not. We'll build our own family." But Lena exploited the vulnerability. At a holiday party, she cornered Celeste. "Taylor's always been flighty. When things get tough, she runs. Like she did with me." Doubt seated. Celeste noticed Taylor working late, secretive phone calls. One evening, she found a text from Lena. "Miss our nights. Let's talk." Confrontation erupted. "Are you seeing her?" Celeste demanded. Taylor's face paled. "No. It's business. She's helping with a big commission." Why hide it? I didn't want to worry you. The argument escalated, words like daggers. Celeste stormed out, wandering the cold streets, tears freezing on her cheeks. She crashed at a friend's couch, ignoring calls. Jamie, caught in the middle, pleaded with Taylor. Fix this. Celeste needs you. Taylor searched for hours, finding Celeste at their favorite bench in Washington Square. I'm sorry. Lena's manipulative. I cut her off. They reconciled under the arch, kisses mending wounds. But trust frayed. Winter brought more trials. Jamie's art show featured a piece about family rejection, drawing media attention. A local paper ran a story. Sisters united against prejudice. Patrick saw it, furious. He cut off Eileen's contact, isolating them further. Celeste's job at the cafe ended abruptly. The owner, a distant relative, cited personal reasons. Unemployment hit hard. Taylor supported them, but resentment built. I feel like a burden, Celeste confessed. You're not, Taylor insisted. But her eyes held unspoken strain. The betrayal came subtly at first. Taylor accepted a photography gig in LA. Just for a month. Celeste encouraged it, but loneliness gnawed. Texts grew sparse. Then, a mutual friend mentioned seeing Taylor with Lena at an event. Heartbroken, Celeste confronted via video call. Is it true? Taylor hesitated. It was a mistake. I was lonely. The words shattered Celeste. After everything? I'm sorry, Taylor sobbed. I love you, but this life's too much. They broke up. Celeste, numb, focused on Jamie. We'll move on, she told her sister. Spring in New York brought tentative renewal, but for Celeste it felt like a cruel joke. The cherry blossoms in Central Park mocked her solitude as she wandered aimlessly, jobless and heartbroken. Taylor had left for LA permanently, taking half the loft's soul with her. Celeste and Jamie sublet a tiny walk-up in Harlem, scraping by on odd jobs, Celeste tutoring, Jamie waitressing. The pain of betrayal lingered like a bruise. Celeste replayed memories, Taylor's laugh, her touch. How could she? She whispered to the mirror one morning, eyes red from sleepless nights. Jamie, ever the optimist, dragged her to therapy. You saved me, Celeste. Let me help you. Sessions with Dr. Ruiz, a kind Latina woman in Midtown, unearthed layers. Your coming out was heroic, but heroism has costs, Dr. Ruiz said. Grieve, then rebuild. Celeste tried. She volunteered at an LGBT youth center in Chelsea, mentoring kids like Jamie once was. There she met Riley, a soft-spoken social worker with curly red hair and a gentle smile. Riley's stories of her own family estrangement resonated. I lost my parents too, Riley shared over coffee. But I found chosen family. Sparks flew subtly. Shared lunches, walks along the Hudson. Riley's patience thawed Celeste's walls. You're strong, Riley said one evening, as they watched the sunset from a pier. But you don't have to be alone. Their first date was simple. Pizza in Riley's Brooklyn Heights apartment. Laughter flowed, easing the ache. When Riley leaned in for a kiss, it felt like coming home, soft, sincere, without drama. But old wounds reopened. Patrick reached out via Eileen. I want to make amends. A family meeting at the deli, tense but hopeful. Patrick, softer post-heart scare, apologized to Jamie. I was scared. Forgive an old fool. Jamie hugged him. But to Celeste, your lifestyle. I can't condone it. Celeste's voice steadied. It's not a lifestyle, Dad. It's me. Eileen mediated. Give him time. Progress, albeit slow. Celeste felt a glimmer of reconciliation. Riley supported her through it. Their relationship deepened. Weekends in the Catskills, hiking trails where Celeste opened up about Taylor. She broke me. Riley held her hand. She didn't break you. She revealed your resilience. Summer heated up with unexpected twists. Taylor returned to NYC for a show, emailing Celeste. Can we talk? I regret everything. Celeste met her at a neutral cafe in Soho. Taylor looked haunted. Lena was a rebound. I panicked under pressure. Pressure from my mess? Celeste asked bitterly. From loving someone so deeply it scared me. Tears fell. Celeste felt pity but no spark. I forgive you, but we're done. Closure empowered her. Back with Riley, she confessed. I think I'm falling for you. Riley smiled. Good, because I already have. Jamie's life intertwined. She and Mia got engaged, a small ceremony planned in Prospect Park. Celeste walked her down the aisle, metaphorical, since it was a picnic blanket. Patrick attended reluctantly, but his presence mattered. Eileen beamed, whispering to Celeste, "I'm proud of you both." Yet conflict simmered. At the engagement party, a cousin drunkenly outed Celeste's past with Taylor, sparking whispers. Patrick stormed out. "This family's tainted." The fallout. Eileen chose sides, staying with Patrick. Jamie devastated but resolute. "We have each other." Celeste comforted her. And Riley. Their bond with Riley grew familial. Riley's family welcomed them. Barbecues in New Jersey, where Celeste felt accepted unconditionally. But a deeper crisis loomed. Celeste discovered a lump during a routine check. Benign, but the scare forced introspection. "Life's short," she told Riley in the hospital waiting room. "I want to live fully." Post-recovery, Celeste pursued her passion, starting a nonprofit for queer siblings, inspired by her journey. Crowdfunding succeeded, with Jamie designing the logo. Riley proposed on a crisp fall day in the park, a simple ring glinting in sunlight. "Will you build this life with me?" Tears of joy. "Yes." The wedding was intimate. Friends, chosen family, even Eileen sneaking in. Patrick sent a card. "Thinking of you." A crack in the ice. Years blurred into a tapestry of healing and hurdles. Celeste and Riley's marriage thrived in a cozy brownstone in Park Slope, Brooklyn. A far cry from the chaos of that fateful night. At 32, Celeste led her nonprofit, Siblings United, advocating for LGBT youth and their families across the Northeast. Jamie, now 22, pursued her art degree at Pratt Institute, her work exhibited in small galleries. But scars remained. Holidays were bittersweet. Eileen's visits secretive, Patrick's absence a shadow. One Christmas, Eileen arrived with gifts, eyes misty. "He reads your articles, Celeste. He's changing slowly." Celeste nodded, hopeful yet guarded. "Time will tell." Riley's steadiness anchored her. Their life was laced with romance. Surprise picnics in Fort Greene Park, dances in the living room to old jazz records. "You're my forever," Riley whispered during a quiet anniversary dinner. Drama resurfaced when Taylor published a memoir, thinly veiling their story. Excerpts hit blogs. "The Woman Who Shattered My Heart." Celeste felt exposed, old pain resurfacing. Riley urged confrontation. "Claim your narrative." Celeste wrote an op-ed for the New York Times. "My coming out wasn't a tragedy, it was liberation." It went viral, sparking dialogues on family acceptance. Taylor reached out. "I'm sorry for exploiting our past." "Forgiven," Celeste replied. Closure finally. Jamie's world expanded. Her engagement to Mia evolved into marriage, a vibrant affair with drag performers and rainbow decor. Patrick surprised everyone by showing up. "For my girl," he grumbled but stayed. Post-ceremony, he pulled Celeste aside. "I was wrong. About everything." Tears flowed. "I love you, Dad." Hugs mended years of rift. Eileen wept joyfully. Family fractured but reforming. Yet life threw curveballs. Celeste's nonprofit faced funding cuts amid political shifts. A conservative wave in D.C. threatening LGBT rights. Protests ensued. Celeste marching in D.C., Riley by her side. "We fight together," Riley said. Personal betrayal struck closer. A board member at Siblings United, an old acquaintance, leaked financials to sabotage, jealous of Celeste's success. The scandal hit local news. Nonprofit in turmoil. Celeste fought back, audits clearing her name. The traitor exposed, fired. "Trust is earned," she told her team. Through it, Riley's love shone. "You're unbreakable." Their family grew. Adopting a rescue dog, then fostering a queer teen, Sam, who reminded Celeste of young Jamie. Sam's story, rejected by parents, mirrored theirs. "You saved me," Sam said after finding stability. Celeste beamed. "We save each other." As winter yielded to spring again, a milestone, Patrick's 60th birthday. The family reunited at the deli, now rebranded with inclusive signage. "Everyone welcome," the sign read. Toasts raised, stories shared. Patrick admitted. "Losing you girls was my biggest regret." Celeste clinked glasses. We found our way back. Romance lingered in quiet moments. Riley and Celeste renewed vows on their 5th anniversary, a beach ceremony in the Hamptons. Waves crashing, they danced barefoot. Through storms and sun, Riley vowed. Celeste's heart swelled. Her sacrifice had rippled. Protecting Jamie sparked her own authenticity, leading to love, purpose, reconciliation. But not all endings tied neatly. Some friends lost forever, scars etched deep. Yet in the human mosaic, resilience prevailed. Jamie's art captured it. A series titled Fractured Light, showing broken glass refracting rainbows. Like us, she said. Celeste agreed. Life's drama, betrayals, emotions wove a narrative of growth. In America's Melting Pot, their story echoed countless others. Queer women navigating love amid adversity. Decades later, in the twilight of their lives, Celeste looked back with a mix of nostalgia and peace. At 58, she and Riley retired to a quaint cottage in upstate New York, surrounded by woods and memories. Siblings United had grown into a national organization, with Jamie at the helm, now a renowned artist and advocate, her own family with Mia including 2 adopted kids. The drama of youth felt distant, yet formative. Patrick's passing 5 years prior had been a quiet affair. His final words to Celeste, "I'm proud." Eileen lived with them briefly, sharing stories of old Brooklyn. Betrayals faded. Taylor's memoir became a footnote, Lena a forgotten ghost. Celeste's op-ed inspired a book, Out of the Shadows, chronicling queer sibling bonds. Romance endured. Riley, with silver-streaked hair, still held Celeste's hand during walks. "Our love story's my favorite," she'd say. Conflicts resolved humanely. Political battles won, rights advanced. Sam's success as a lawyer, fighting for others, testified to their impact. In the end, Celeste's sacrifice wasn't loss. It was the catalyst for profound, heartfelt connections. A life rich in emotion, laced with American grit and grace. As grandchildren visited, stories flowed. That rainy night, the protector who risked all and gained everything, Celeste added, eyes twinkling. The narrative closed on a note of humanity. Love in all forms triumphs.